Warrant's Heaven, great power ballad. Before we get started, I just wanted to recognize our sponsor, which is Buckle Down Products. They make these awesome guitar straps, as you can see. I'm going to leave their web link in the description. Head on over to their website. These are great straps. They're very affordable, and they have tons of different designs, so go check them out. As far as the tuning for this is going to be a half step down from standard, so that's E flat. So to play along with the record or play along with this lesson, you're going to need to tune down a half step. Okay, let's start with the introduction riff. It goes like this. Okay, so we start here. This is a C add 9 chord, so you're going to have your middle finger here on the 3rd fret of the A. First finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the D. G string's played open. A ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B. Pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the high E. So we have a, so it kind of starts with a down up strum. Then we're going to take and add this note. We're going to take the C note away and go to the 2nd fret of the A. So we have, do that strum slowly again. We're doing there is adding that extra G there, so we go a regular D major, back to G. Okay, so let's play that again. Slowly. Verse. So this is G major chord, so we go down, down, and then a down up strum. So down, down. And that's just a plain G major chord, which is 3rd fret of the low E, 2nd fret of the A. The D and G string are played open. Ring fingers on the 3rd fret of the B. Pinky fingers on the 3rd fret of the high E. So we have. Then we switch to B7 chord, same strumming pattern. Now this one, you're going to be barring your first finger and flattening it out all the way across the A, D, G, B, and high E string. You're going to have your ring finger here on the 4th fret of the D string, and your middle finger is going to be here on the 3rd fret of the B. C add 9. So the strumming pattern is real similar with this. So we have that down, 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 down. So then we switch to the B7. C add 9. To the D major. Play that again slowly. Repeats again. Same thing, same chords. Arpeggiated, so it's going to be A, D, G, B. Then we switch to the D major. And it's going to be D, G, B, high E to G. And we do something kind of tricky there. So when we go to that G major, we do a down, and then we're going to go to this F sharp note and go. We're going to hammer on from F sharp on the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret of the G, so it sounds like this. So that arpeggiated part again. So C add 9. Repeats again. Same arpeggiated parts. We go to G major, D7 chord again, and it resolves there on the C add 9 before we go into the chorus. So, you know, all the chords pretty much stay the same. Then we do this. So it's all chords that we've already learned. So that's just going to be a G major to a D major to C add 9. And it's a real loose strumming pattern, so down. Oops. If you listen to the recording, it's actually some of the strums kind of mimic the accents of the drum beat and the bass, so it's like here, that part, so that part accents as well. And it's no different, so we do the same strum pattern. I'll still play through on this part. If I can say it. We're back into the chorus again, same chords. Second verse, we're going into the guitar solo, so that changes from the D to the C add 9 back to the D. So we hold in. This is the rhythm under the guitar solo. If you were playing electric guitar to this, I'm showing you everything on the acoustic as far as the rhythm guitar parts go. We'll go over the electric guitar parts as far as the lead parts here in a second. But you could do the same, you know, you wouldn't necessarily be doing the down up strums, but you could play everything in a, you know, in a power chord, so you could, you know, a lot of times when you're playing electric guitar, especially when you have some gain or distortion on there, playing these big, you know, 6 strings of chords, especially adding those major third elements into some of those chords, it kind of sounds a little wonky. So, you know, if you play this part with the electric guitar, just play your power chords. So you'd have your A5, E5 to D5. So we'll go over this again. So the first one is playing A5. That's going to be open A, second fret of the D and G. Then we're going to do an E major. That's going to be open E, second fret of the B, second fret of the D, first fret of the G, open B, and high E. We already learned D major. Repeats again. This is underneath the guitar guitar solo. Back to the E major and then finishes right there on the D major. Then we come back into what we know on the third verse. Same thing. Right here, we're going to hold. There's going to be this key change. But the nice thing is, it's the same chords we play in the rhythm guitar underneath the solo. So we're kind of riding that C add 9. It goes. You already learned this part. Up another key change, and it sounds like this. So you're doing a. Let me play through that part again, so it kind of makes sense musically. Then we go. Part. So that last key change, it goes from what we just played from the A, B major, A, B major to B, and then we go into B. So this is just a B5, and that's going to be second fret of the A, fourth fret of the D, down 2 down strums, and then you do this on the F sharp 5. So that's second fret of the low E, fourth fret of the A, to the E major chord. We made that one already. And it does this. A little kind of stutter stuff. So we hanging out, it's just a. I'm just doing a 2 down strums. And in between those are pick scrapes. So we're not actually fretting on that part. We're doing a. So I do a down, pick scrape up and down, hit it again. I'm just laying my fingers across there so nothing rings out. So it's. So that's just 3 downs. Stop it. And finish. So the middle guitar solo, right before you get into the main part of it, you're doing this melody. And that's a little bit, that little trill there is a harmony. So you're playing 11, 12 on the G string, 11, 12, 10 on the B, and then so it's to the 9th on the G, and then you do a trill or a hammer-on pull-off, and that's just where you pluck the note and you're hammer on the note on the 9th and pulling off to the 7th on the G string. So 7 to 9. Then we play this lick. Okay, so we come down here to the 16th fret of the G string. We're doing a partial bend here. and you're going to bar your first finger across the 14th fret of the B and high E string. So we have partial bend, or you could do it here with your middle finger if you'd rather do it this way. And then you're doing this. So once you hit that, you're playing, and that's going to be 17, 14 on the B. And then you're doing 17, 16, 14. This little walk down here from, it's going to be 16 to 14 on the D, 16, 14 on the A, and then we go to the 12th fret on the A, so we have 16, 14, 16, 14, 12, and then your 14, 12 on the low E. So all together. Walk it back the other way. So the walk back the other way is going to be 14 on the low E string, A string 12, 14, 16, 14 of the D, 16 of the D, 14 of the G, 16 of the G, 17 of the G, and then you're going to grab the 17th fret of the B. You're going to play that together and let them ring out, and then you're going to hit your whammy bar. So all together we have this so far. Okay, and then from here we're going up to the 19th fret of the high E and doing a, and that's a full bend, so you're bending to the 21st, you're bending to this note, so we're doing a, so you're scooping that. When I say scooping, you're kind of raking the pick, hitting that twice, so we bend up, and then you're doing a hammer-on pull-off. That's going to be from 17 to 19 to 16 to 17 on the B to 14 on the B, and then we do this. Now when we get to the 14 on the B, you're diving down with your trembling bar and you're kind of hammering on to the 15th fret of the B string. So we have bit of vibrato there. So let's play what we have so far. Okay, and then we do this. So these are octaves, and so basically this note here, when I play this, this is the same note. So this being a D, this is also a D. And we're first going to slide from 11 to 12, and then we're going to grab the 15th fret of the B. So we do 11, 12, and then grab the 15th fret. So it's, kind of walking this down, so we, and then you're gonna, once you hit these, you're just hitting the D and the B string. You're not hitting, you're muting the G string. It's not being played, so it's not being fretted. So once you hit this, you're gonna slide one fret down. So you're sliding the 12th fret and the 15th fret down to the 14th fret to the 11th fret. And you're going to do a 2 downstrokes, muted downstrokes, or muted down picks. And then you're doing a whole step slide. And that's going to be from 9 on the D to the 12th fret of the B. So we have, and then you're going to do another couple down picks. And you're going to come and slide down to the 7 on the D, 10 on the B. And then you're going to do that's going to be 7, 9, 7 on the D. Let's play what we have so far. So the next run's going to sound like this. And then that's the last part of the solo. So the run is from, basically I'll call out the frets here. So we start on the low E, so it's going to be 7, 5, 7. So you're going to switch. So you're going to play first with your ring finger here on the 7. You're going to grab the 5th fret of the low E with your first finger. Then you're going to slide that first finger back down to the 7. So it's 7, 5, 7, 9 on the low E. And that's going to be 7 on the A, 9 on the A, 7 on the D, 9 on the D. And I should say you want to alternate pick. So, you're doing, that's down, up picking. So we have this. So once we play the 7, 9 on the D, we're going to shift down to the 11 on the D. And then we're going to play, that's going to be 9, 11, 9 on the G, and then 11, 9 on the D string. Now this part was tricky. He does like a little sweep right here. Now you could do it a couple different ways. I'm just basically just letting my pick drag across the G, B, and high E. Says, because it's going to be 11, 12, so it's 11 on the G, 12 on the B, 9 on the high E. Says, and then sliding from the 12 to the 14, you could do it that way, or you could do a full bend here on the high E. Either way, once you get to the final note, you want to rock your whammy bar back and forth. So, or either way is fine. Just what to me, the slide feels a little bit better from 12 to 14, but you could do the full bend on the high E string. So let me play that run again. Then we're doing this. So we're doing a hammer-on pull-off from the 10 to 12 on the high E. And then when I get ready to switch over here to the 9th fret, slide into the 9th fret of the high E, I'm going to depress and press down on the whammy bar. So you get and then let it come back up to pitch. And then we're going to play this melody. That's going to be 10 on the B, 9 on the G, then we do it. So it's now when we switch from 9 to 7 on the G, you're doing another kind of depression in the bar before you fret And you're kind of just sliding into this note almost like a hammer-on, so you can kind of see I'm not even picking that note, I'm just kind of sliding into that 7th fret of the G. Same thing when we go to the 6th fret, that's the next note in this. You're doing a, I'm not picking anything, I'm just, the only part I pick is the 7th fret of the G. Just let those notes ring out, and then you grab the 5th fret of the D string. You don't do anything with the whammy bar here, so now when we do this, you do the same thing here. We're grabbing the 7th fret of the A string. When we get to the 5th fret, we're doing the same technique. We're going to slide into the 5th fret from the A, so from the 7th fret of the A. And then we're going to do the same thing to the 4th fret. And then we're going to go to open A, and then it goes back into a G chord for the last verse. So all together. Very end, there's like a little quick little, I call it guitar fill at the very end, a little harmony fill, and the first part sounds like this. So first part's going to be 5th of the D, 7th of the D, 4th of the G, 5th of the G, 7th of the G, back to the 5. So we have 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 5. Okay, and then the next run is there we go. So it's going to be 5 of the A, 7 of the A, 4th of the D, 5th of the D, 7th of the D, 4th of the G, 5th of the G, 7th of the G, and then back to the 7th of the D, which is an A note. Oops. So all together. Okay, so the harmony part under that, I'm just going to play that same melody, but I'm going to start on the 5th. So the 5th of that scale. So if this is my first note, so the 5th will be of this note is right here. So if we're playing like a 5 chord, there's your root, there's your 5th. So we do, so that's going to be the first melody. So all these notes are the 5th of each note we just played. So it's going to be 7 of the G, 5 of the B, 7 of the B, 8 of the B, 10 of the B, back to 8. And you could slide that, or you do it like that. And then this last, we are going to play again the 5th of every note of that last run. So it's going to start on here, on the 7th fret of the D. So it's going to be 7, 7 of the D, 4 of the G, 5 of the G, 7 of the G. So 7, 4, 5, 7, 5 of the B, 7 of the B, 8 of the B, and then end on, that's the 10th of the B, and then end here on the 9th of the G. Oops. That's it. So it's the same, pattern. We're going to play the harmony there. Oops. I'm confusing myself now. So So let's go over that one more time. That high part of the harmony is 7 of the D, 4th of the G, 5th of the G, 7 of the G, 5 of the B, 7 of the B, 8 of the B, 10 of the B, and then end on 9th of the G. If you enjoyed the lesson and you want to learn another great 80s metal tune, just click over here on the box. It's going to take you straight to an awesome song by Rat, Lack of Communication.